Purgatorio is part of a 15th century Sienese illuminated commedia, now in the British Library, under the name Yates-Thompson MS-36. It was painted by Priamo della Quercia, and is generally acknowledged to be the finest of the illuminated Dante manuscripts. The first of the illustrations is the opening metaphor from the book. At last I leave behind the stormy, cruel hell waters. My understanding advances like a boat that finally reaches better seas and dares raise its sails, take the wind and shoot forward. I'll sing of that second, better realm, where the human soul cleanses itself, grows pure and worthy of climbing to heaven. We have no other image from the first canto, where Dante and Virgil emerge onto the mountainous island of Purgatory from the back entrance to hell. There is, however, an illustration for the second canto. Here the poets see the angel who ferries the souls of the recently deceased to Purgatory to begin their expiation. Della Quercia has signified the angel's boatload of souls with a single figure. This is an intelligent condensation of the content. Given the tiny rectangle available for the image, a more literal rendering would have reduced the figures to dots and lost us the expressions which the artist is careful to give them. The angel boatman, eyes ahead, is focused on his steering, with his hands out to balance the boat as he sails it into port. The soul has his eyes rolled up to look at the outer gate to Purgatory, with a mixture of awe and misgiving. The outskirts of Purgatory are ruled by the sternly virtuous pagan Cato, shown with extremely ample beard, peering over his rampart. There isn't actually a wall or a gate here. These features were added by the artist to show that Cato is the guardian of Purgatory Island, and sternly interrogates Dante and Virgil before he allows them into his realm. At far left, Cato has admitted Dante, in blue, and Virgil, in red, to Purgatory's shores, and they encounter the latest arrived souls. Among these is Dante's friend, the musician Casella, whose back is to us. In the text, Dante attempts to embrace him, but since Casella is now a disembodied spirit, Dante encounters nothing and only draws his arms to his own chest. We can see Casella's right arm extended to reach Dante. The two naked figures in the foreground are simply there to signify the throng of souls. On the far right, Dante and Virgil are talking with Casella, who reclines, looking up at them. The two souls facing Dante and Virgil and Casella are listening rapt to the conversation between Dante and the musician. To the left are two more souls, one of them looking plaintively out to sea, thinking no doubt of the world he has left. The other gazes with misgiving at the height of Mount Purgatory. From behind his wall, Cato looks on with mounting impatience at these laggards. In the text, he soon chases them off to begin their penance. We should also note that the ocean that encircles the island here looks more like a river flowing through the midst of it. The need to divide the narrative trumped the geography. This is a constant feature of Della Quercia's illustrations. He has to fold small, large visual conceptions to fit them into a minute space, so many parts of his scenes are hidden, while others overlap unexpectedly. Della Quercia's illustrations pass over Cantos 3 through 6 with their memorable gallery of late repenters, and resume with Cantos 7 and 8, set in the Valley of Useless Rulers. En route, Dante and Virgil have met the Provençal poet Sordello. At center, we are shown the moment where Sordello realizes that Dante's companion is the soul of the most revered of all Latin poets. Sordello embraces Virgil about the waist, intending to fall to his knees before him like a servant before his master. Sordello's expression shows him overwhelmed by awe and amazement. Virgil supports him to prevent the gesture of reverence. Virgil's furrowed brow makes it clear he is neither pleased by nor at ease with such honor for merely earthly and pre-Christian accomplishments. Beside the embracing poets, we see two souls from the valley beginning the public prayers as evening falls. To the left, we see Dante in blue, Virgil in red, and a third figure, who would have to be Sordello, now clothed, conversing with two naked souls from the valley. Why is Sordello clothed? All the souls in Purgatory are stripped of earthly indications of rank and condition. Della Quercia is setting Dante beside the luminaries of Latin and Provençal verse. The three poets are shown in robes together to make a formal group. The most interesting part of the picture is that on the right, the scene with the angels and the dragon. Though time has been harsh with the pigment used on the angels, we can see that they were once a vivid green, clothes, wings, and all. But the golden halos still make their faces radiant. According to the text, every night the valley is attacked by the devil in the form of a snake, whereupon the two angels who guard the valley drive it away. Della Quercia has represented the little snake which, in the text, creeps along the valley floor as a winged dragon attacking from above. Della Quercia, with far less room than the author at his disposal, had to use the larger symbol to balance the smaller space. We might also note that to the left of the wall are the lesser peaks of Lower Purgatory, which are small enough to be contained within the frame of the picture. The more difficult ascent of the mountain itself is to the right and above that barrier. On the left side of this image, we are in Canto 9. We have passed through all the lower levels of pre-purgatory, occupied by those who died without making peace with God. Dante fell asleep in the Valley of Useless Rulers, and was carried unconscious to the gate of Purgatory proper by St. Lucy, while he dreamed he was being carried heavenwards by a great eagle. Once arrived on the next level, Dante must pass through the Gate of Repentance with its 3 steps color-coded: shining white for reflection and self-examination, shame red for confession, and purple for the passion put to use in good works that make amends. The angel holds a sword to engrave on Dante's forehead 7 letters for the 7 cardinal sins, which will vanish as he expiates on the succeeding levels. On the other side of the gate, we see in the sky one of the green angels from the previous canto, who guard the Valley of the Rulers. It is no less incongruous here than the sleeping Dante. It recalls more fully the preceding scene in the valley, and underlines the gateway as a transition between 2 well-defined levels. To the right of the gate, we are in the cantos where the proud are punished, carrying boulders that force them down into the posture of humility.